Testing. One, two, three. Testing. One, two, three. Welcome to Carr Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, and football. We have a bye week. We have a bye week this week, and we need it to rest up, to heal up, and to continue to develop and improve on the field before the big LSU game. Who is we, you may ask? I am speaking of the University of Alabama football team when I say we roll tide. Two-time alma mater here, two-time alumnus here of the University of Alabama. And yes, so when I say we, that's who I'm referring to. And we have a much needed break. Um, Time to rest, time to prepare, time to continue to practice and develop. I imagine, and I heard the presser yesterday in which Isaiah Bond, 007, no, he's really number 17, but he said he's the fastest player on the team. And the question was asked to him about, has he done punt returns in the past and would he be open to doing punt returns presently? And he, I mean, without hesitation, responded yes. He's done them in the past. And then he added, this was the caveat that I just loved, as well as I'm sure the entire Alabama fan base. He said, you will see him very soon on the punt return. Now, we love Kool-Aid. I love Kool-Aid and what he's doing in the DB position. Love, love, love his energy, love his smile, love his personality. But there needs to be a change at punt return. I said it after the Tennessee game. I thought it. If I did not articulate it out loud, it was definitely one of those thoughts that I had in my mind after the Arkansas game. So if we are in a bye like we are, then I suspect that Isaiah Bond, as well as maybe like a Kendrick Law, as well as like someone like Kendrick Law, would be practicing right now and preparing to take over that position at punt return. We're going to need some explosive plays. We're going to need some much needed changes. We're going to need some wrinkles to be thrown into the recipe, the current recipe for LSU, because everything's on the line. This is how the West will be won, provided we don't have any other hiccups. You know, Auburn at the end of the season is always a potential hiccup in our run for SEC championship and a playoff berth. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But Georgia, Florida is this weekend. Huge game here in the state of Georgia, where I currently reside. Many people are trekking down to Jacksonville as I speak, I'm sure, to prepare for this big game. Interesting conversation about the fact that Jacksonville will be building a new stadium probably after the start of this season, I believe. I'm not sure on the details of it. But with that being said, it looks like they could perhaps be moving the largest cocktail party in the South. That's what this game is referred to as, affectionately referred to the actual schools. And so, yeah, I think they need to do that anyway. I really, really do. It just, the home field advantage would really work. So let's travel. Let's travel to each other's, stadiums, to each other's towns for that big game. So we'll see what happens after this year. But who do you have for that game? I'd love to hear in the comments. I'd love to see who you're selecting to win that game in the conference. I mean, of course, Georgia should have it wrapped up. It should be a no-brainer for Georgia to actually win that game. Florida, you know, had some unexpected losses at the beginning of the season, early in the season. They've maybe perhaps turned a corner within the last game. So we'll just see. It's just one of those games where you're playing at a neutral site. It's an intense rivalry, and we just don't know what can happen. Strange things happens when it comes to rivalries. Strange things can happen. So they are missing Georgia. They are missing Brock Bowers. He's out for several weeks. Not that Georgia doesn't have a whole host of 5 stars, talent out there that's able to, step up to the plate. It's just about being ready for the moment. We all know that. It's about, have they put the reps in? Are they really prepared? And, will they be able to perform in the midst of, what could be a hostile crowd for them? It's usually split down the middle, with the crowd, but it is in Jacksonville, Florida. I imagine there'll be perhaps more Florida fans than Georgia fans. We'll see on that. What other big games? Let's see. Colorado has UCLA this weekend. Seems like that's a night game. Also, Georgia, Florida is 3:30. But UCLA and Colorado, I believe, is a night game. So we'll see how Coach Prime comes back, from that was bad against Stanford. The way they lost that game against Stanford was horrible. You hate to see a lead collapse like that, and then that's how you lose. And they were at home, right? That game was at home. So anyway, yeah, great football this weekend. It is the NFL. It's Thursday night. I have no idea who plays tonight. It's just totally not on my frontal lobe at the moment, but I will be watching whoever it is. I'll have it on and I'll come back with commentary tomorrow about it. So, anyway, just wanted to pop on and say thank you so much for coming to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking the like button and subscribing. Thank you so much for honoring me with your attention for these few moments. Stay winning, you guys, and stay free.